Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
And this carries into the end zone. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. One touchdown pass. So he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Now a pass taken in by the tight end Herndon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Not much there, only a yard. 2nd and 9 now.
That's complete to his running back, Dallas.
The pass.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. One's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
The Raiders take over first.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. So now it's the Raiders' turn to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State. It's the Pro Bowler, Derek Carr.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers. Because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So, I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Alton Robinson drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down.
And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Tackle made back at the 25-yard line.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short
ways. But defender gets
out as he'll punt it away for the Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense may not go terrific on the first one. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
If they open things up, let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Carr.
Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
To Hunter Renfrow. A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's
Working from the gun, it's Carr.
Got his connection complete to Ruggs. And he is going to have the Raiders' first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. First down Vegas as Carr finds Ruggs that time.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
We're scoreless after 1.
A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Carr, he'll get this one to Patrick.
Carr's pass.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Shotgun now for Carr.
Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively.
Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw here.
He's going to get this underneath to Dallas.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, last drive they went 3 and out.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory, right at the 40. Rare stumble on a promising drive.
Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 20-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr, room here to run. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL. Is hard to throw against? That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way. Try and heighten your play a little bit. So far he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Pressure here. Carr taken down. Jordan Brooks. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
2nd down.
So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll begin out west at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. And it's the Niners who have the lead in that one. The 49ers seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in their ball game as they were outplayed by the visiting New York Jets. 23-8 was your final score. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And that game all tied up as they do battle with the visiting Lions. Meanwhile, in our game, just the lone touchdown accounting for all the scoring. A tight one, 7-0 is the score. And for the call of the second half, we send it back to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Our eyes and attention are on the fullback. Big-time carry, big yardage. But how about the guys up front, the offensive line? A lot of people think they may have to block it differently for the fullback to get big yardage. They really don't. Because he's big, strong, and powerful, a lot of times he makes his own way. They may not have to block as hard.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Number 43.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Down at the 39-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Operating from the gun. Carr finding his big receiver Patrick over the middle. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 17-yard line. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Tim Patrick, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And in this rain, they were nice and cautious there on the extra point try, and that caution was well warranted as this game is tied. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throw complete to Herndon. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
usually see those guys out wide get called for holding on running plays. Here, a passing play.
Yeah, sometimes when you get this quick screen, bubble screen, anything where they're having to block for their fellow receiver, usually at the point of attack, and this time he got caught.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Homer. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 40.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he will be taken down deep in Las Vegas territory.
I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
First down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
They'll try to run this one in. And that play's not going to get him in as he stopped right at about the line of scrimmage. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's 4th. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th. They'll try and run for it, and he will take this one in for the Seattle. A throw over the middle taken in. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted.
Snags it for the pick, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got Herndon, his tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And the Raiders have got him.
It's the former number 4 overall pick, Cleveland Thorell, that got in there to bring him down.
If you want a lesson on how to defeat an offensive tackle, that was pretty textbook.
Is that a clip and save?
Yes.
That's what's going to go around the league, and people are going to watch that and say, my goodness, that's how you do it? And I feel awful for the offensive tackle because we always talk about the athleticism of that guy who just beat him. Well, you have to be athletic to try and block that guy. Just in this case, the defense won.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Looking left side. It's complete. He's got it.
And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, handoff to Dallas. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line.
Down at the 28-yard.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He can run for it, and he will. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter. Picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 10-yard line.
This is Dallas, an inside handoff. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Travis Homer with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
The extra point now coming from Myers. It's good, and it is now 21-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So Derek Carr in the offense, down by 2 touchdowns, 1:55 remaining. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it. Couldn't get it. And it's 2nd down.
At the 24-yard line.
Got an open man. It's Ruggs. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. From the gun, Carr, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Jordan Brooks. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense. Come on, now.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all in that place.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Carr. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 48. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
They'll run on first down with Dallas. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And they take a knee. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And they will take a knee here. So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
So the victory here for Seattle, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to